Horizon Forbidden West may be so good that it takes up its own hard drive, Pokemon Arceus absolutely smashes it out of the park, and Crysis is back after 10 years. I'm AJ, this is 128KB, and welcome back to this week's Quick Bit, where we take a quick look at the world of gaming news in hopefully a short video, because let's face it, you're probably sat on the toilet watching this and you've only got about 5 minutes until you need to free up that hand. Hello. And so let's just jump straight into it. We're looking at Horizon Forbidden West, and we have now seen the first gameplay footage from this game. And before we talk about the big stuff, not the thing that you're sat on top of right now, no, the size of this game, let's talk about how beautiful this is. We've now seen the first gameplay footage from this game thanks to the people over at IGN. I think I might hate the people at IGN. And my God, does this look amazing. The gameplay and the world they've set it in is absolutely epic. We've now seen new mechanics, new gameplay actions. So much more of the world is scalable, which was a huge frustration from the first game, that you were limited on what you could or couldn't climb. There's new additions, we've got new swinging mechanics, and it just all round looks absolutely epic. And our job here is to combine what we've seen from IGN and also all the leaks and rumours that we're hearing from the world of gaming news. We're hearing that this game is roughly the same length as the first in the series. So we're talking around 20 hours to complete the main story, 40 hours, or 44 to be precise, if you want to 100% this game. So it is a really sizable and decent addition to the franchise. And talking about sizable and decent, this game may be so big that it requires its own ship to install. There's a Twitter account out there, of course, dedicated to just looking at the size of PlayStation games. Of course there is. There's a Twitter account for everything, apart from my weird imagination. Maybe I should start that. Yes, they have digged down and seen the leaks, and that this game may be 100 gigabytes to install. 100 gigabytes. And that we're likely to see a day one patch taking this game up to over 120 of the gigawatts. 1.21 gigawatts! That is going to be sizable. That's going to require you to probably uninstall some games on your PlayStation, but by the looks of the gameplay, I'm going to say it's worth it. I'm excited to play it. We're only a couple of weeks out, and then we'll know for certain if this story is true or if I'm just talking utter rubbish. And if you're in the future looking back, why not use your time traveling skills to let me know if I'm wrong? So moving along, what happens when you take a game that was released on the PS4 and you remaster it for the PS4? Well, Life is Strange will tell you, as they have now remastered the first edition of Life is Strange. Life is Strange Remastered. Originally released in 2015, so it's an early PS4 edition, late PS3. This game is obviously one that a lot of people loved, and it's taken huge critical acclaim. They have decided to remaster that game and release it on PS4, and rather unsurprisingly, it looks pretty much the same. And looking at the gameplay footage, which I'm going to put over my face because, let's face it, this ain't no oil painting, there are some very minor differences to this, so perhaps it's a worthy remaster. I'm saying probably not, unless you didn't own the original, in which case then there's only one option to get. We are, of course, living in the generation of remasters, but normally we're looking at previous generation games getting rehashed for the latest graphics and the latest gameplay abilities. Sometimes really great, sometimes really poor. And hopefully this isn't one of those really poor ones. This is going to be a worthy addition, and those upgrades are worth the extra money. Really, this is going to be for people that didn't buy the original, but just in case you did and you've got like 40 odd quid to waste, then why not go out and get it? Or give it to me. And from potentially wasting £40 to looking at something that I would gladly chuck £40 at, and that is Crysis. One of the greatest franchises that were on the PlayStation is getting an update 10 years on. And now I'm not talking about another remaster. We know the Crysis trilogy, the original one, got remastered and re-released at the end of last year. We've seen that. We've talked about it. I'm talking about a new addition to the Crysis franchise, potentially Crysis 4. And this ain't no rumor, ain't no leak. No, this is from the horse's mouth. We've seen a teaser trailer released from them confirming that they are actually working on a new Crysis game 10 years on from the last Crysis game. It hasn't actually officially been called Crysis 4 yet, but that's what everyone is assuming it's going to be. With regards to release date, I think it's unlikely that we're going to see it anytime soon, but perhaps at the earliest it'll be the end of this year. I'm thinking likely it's going to be 2023 before we see one of the most exciting games that's going to be on PS5, and that will be Crysis 4. And moving away from PlayStation into the territory which I know everyone loves to hate, and that's Nintendo. Apart from Andy, he really loves Nintendo. And if you really love Nintendo, why not hop over to our sister channel, 128KB, to look at all things Nintendo, where he gets all geeky and loves Pokemon. And it is Pokemon that we're talking about. Pokemon Arceus was released this week. Bam, have they knocked it out the park. This game has topped the charts for game sales in every single territory. Amazon Games in US, UK, Canada, Japan, all of Europe, pretty much anywhere that has an Amazon store, this game is number one. And if the Metacritic reviews and the game reviews in general and Andy's love for it are anything to go by, this game may actually exceed all expectations. This could well become the most popular Pokemon game of all time. And whether you love Pokemon or not, Pokemon is one of the most successful game franchises ever. And to have a game on our hands that is potentially the most successful of them, that's quite an exciting thing to see. If you do want to see a little bit more about Pokemon Arceus, like I say, hop on over to our Nintendo channel, where Andy has actually given us his first gameplay footage of this game and his first impressions review. And rather unsurprisingly, he really likes it. And that just about wraps up this week's Quick Bit. A happy ending for all you Nintendo lovers. And I'm not talking about one of those kind of CD massage parlor ways, no. Just one where you like Pokemon a little too much. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more Quick Bits and PlayStation previews, and make sure you leave a thumbs up because it makes me feel warm inside. And until the next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.